Bismillah ar-Rahman rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. You get me? Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. I want you guys to share the video everywhere as well, because today is the day where I'm dropping this pre-recorded video previewing the Liverpool-Man United game. The biggest game, still the biggest game in English football, regardless of what anyone says. Oh, Man United are fourth. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Liverpool could be 19th, Man United 20th, and it still is the biggest game in English football. That's just how it goes. The two biggest clubs in England, obviously we're bigger. We have more trophies, commercial hype. No one cares. Speaking of big, guys, a special occasion like this, I had to get a global icon. I had to get someone who's just world-renowned, if you would like, when it comes to Manchester United content. One of the OGs in this whole content creation space, an absolute legend of the game. And it's an honor and a privilege to be sharing a screen with him. I remember watching him back in the day when I was driving to work, all his rants and everything. And now we were working with each other for the first time on my channel. So joining us is none other than the man, the myth, the legend. Man like Saeed is in the building. How you doing, Saeed, man?
Oh, big up to everyone, man. Listen, salam to you, bro. And yeah, man, it's been a long time coming, man, but we're here, man. I've been in the comments, what I mean? We've been trying to spice it up on that, but we're here, man. What I mean? We both, this content game is mad, bro, in terms of, timing and the amount of football now that's on. We don't get to do it, man. But now we're here, man. We're here on this dreaded weekend for me, man. For you, you're living life top of the league. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Thanks for having me on, bro. Appreciate it.
No worries. Big up to you. Thank you for joining me. Listen, this is gonna be a very good video. I could tell already, because Saeed, I know the way that his club is going right now is like it's crazy. It's crazy. Like Man United are 14th. Things aren't looking good right now. And speaking of, let's speak of the visitors first before we get to the team that's top of the league. Let's work our way up through the table. So let's start with the team that is in 14th, Manchester United. You get me? Listen, this season, roller coaster ride, Ten Hag, gone. After that, Dan Ashworth gone, Rúben Amorim hired. And things haven't changed a lot for you. What's your current thoughts on what's happening at your football club right now?
It's been a crazy summer, man. Obviously, we won the FA Cup, but still I wanted him to be sacked. He didn't get sacked. He then stayed. And then obviously you kind of have your initial outrage. And then what happens then is you then say, right, cool. If you're staying, then we need to demand higher position. Like you need to, we're spending money. You need to climb up the table and show us what you're made of, innit? So he stays, and then, bro, we go back into our old ways, man. Losing games to West Ham, you know what I mean? Like, and Brighton and just teams that we shouldn't be losing to. Lost to you lot 3-0. And then they don't sack him in September. Then I go on holiday, I go to New York. I just said, I've had enough. I need a break. Then I come back, he's still here. Then we have more bad results. More bad results come in October. He's still here. Next, I'm like, what's going on here, man? And we come back from the October international break. It then gets worse. And then they finally decide to sack him in November. And then what happens is Ruud takes over, comes in. Then when we kind of sign Amorim, then you think to yourself, right, bro, this is it now. Good coach. You know what I mean? Valuable coach experience. Cool. We got the guy now. And then, bro, I've never seen anything like this, bro. It is the worst performing coach we've had, you know what I mean, in terms of his start. We're losing games. I think it's now 5 in 6, I believe. It's that bad at the minute. We don't know where next one's coming. We're conceding goals. It is bad, bro. And the maddest thing is, we're conceding first all the time. And then it becomes a case of we lost the game. We concede first, we've lost the game. So yeah, man, it's not great. It's probably the worst I've felt as a United fan, even though it feels like it's been like this for 11 years. But yeah, wallahi, I can't lie to you, bro. It's not looking good, man. I've got I am not only team that I will banter if you lot bottle the league. I don't banter anyone anymore. And that's my whole kind of, my whole thing is bro, I'm shameless here. I don't give a shit. We're shit, I'll banter you still. But bro, I can't even bring myself to even look at anyone. There's no like, I can't even look him in the eye, bro. Now, I'm just like, yeah, Chelsea lost, cool. Arsenal dropped points, cool. That team, yeah, cool. Like, bro, it's only you guys, and you guys, like, we're rubbish, and you guys are doing well. And I hate Liverpool. That for me, I've got loads of Man City family. Like, my whole family's Man City. Cool, we're still, rivals and local rivals, but like you said, bro, it's the biggest fixture in British football,
Yeah.
So,
100%.
bro, it's very, very bleak right now. It's very, very bleak,
And you know what it is
Yeah.
with this whole situation that you're talking about with your club. Like, I obviously see what you're saying, because with Amorim, like, listen, let's be serious here. Amorim was looked at as the long-term Pep replacement. We
Yep.
wanted him to replace Klopp, but then we said no because he wanted transfer control or whatever it is, or he spoke to West Ham, or there is like something happened, and then the Liverpool situation kind of fell off a little bit. So he was not like any random manager that no one knows about. Like Rúben Amorim is a manager everyone knows about. Everyone wants Amorim. If you're telling me Pep replacement, that means that and we listen, we have our opinions on Manchester City, but they are a smart institution when it comes to making decisions. So if they were looking at Amorim to replace Pep, it's not like he's a random guy that no one knows about. Obviously, he has vision. He has an outlook on what's happening. When Amorim comes to Man United, I saw many Man United fans saying, "Listen, if this doesn't work out, I've just given up on this club." Like, at this point, because you actually got, when you think about it, probably the most looked at, sought after, probably manager in world football right now.
Right now, yeah. This is the guy that, listen, nobody really bantered disappointment. Ten Hag, when you could say, okay, Eredivisie, who's really done well over there, like, cool, etc., etc. Nobody really watches the Eredivisie. Nobody. Sporting Lisbon, you can see Champions League, etc., etc. Like, bro, this was the guy that was sought after. Man City, Liverpool. This was meant to be the guy. And it still could be the guy. The problem is, though, he needs to get results. And my worry is that we could lose 6 games in a row. You know what I mean? Because your game would have been the 5th game in a row we've lost. 5th in a row we've lost. Can't believe I'm saying that. And then you've got the Arsenal game straight after. You know what I mean? I'm looking at that 6-point against Southampton in mid-January. That's the game I'm looking at, thinking, yo, that's a 6-pointer. Bro, it's the reality. We could be 15th. We could be 15th by the end of this weekend. I'm asking Chelsea for favors. Chelsea, if they lose to Crystal Palace, we could be 15th. Yeah? And then that famous Troops video could come out.
15th.
15th. Yeah. Like, it's proper bad. And where I look at it now, it's like, we need to just gain some momentum, bro. Whether it's a performance at Anfield where we get beat, but the manner in our game and where we play is a lot better than we've been seeing so far.
Look how far you've fallen off. You're like, yeah, we get beat, but like at least you put in a performance. That's how I know your club is like in a bad place. And I really want to ask you this question on a real now. Like, look,
I can't gaslight, though. I can't gaslight.
Yeah, I know, of course. And we can sit up here and we can banter, and we always do that. But and by the way, this guy comes into my chat when Nunes scores. He's like, respect Nunes. This guy always
respect Nunes.
I've paid him back in full ever since he started bantering in my chat. But when it comes to Man United, like, on a real, how do you actually fix this? Like, how do you get out of this situation? Because I agree with you that even though he's a new manager and you are going to give him time, at some point in time, you're going to have to get results. It's not like he can lose 15 games in a row and it's okay. Like, obviously, there is some point in time where he must start getting results. But how do you actually get out of this situation that you're in? Because it can't be just Amorim at this point.
Bro, it's $1 million question. Obviously, Ineos are the biggest ones right now. The Glazers, I can bash the Glazers all I want here, but they've given football control to Ineos. They're the face of the club now. And they're clever at Glazers because they're like, yo, that means we're not going to get, we're not going to get costs anymore. Like, we could just give a percentage to the club and they're going to be the ones that everyone focuses on. So they've sacked Dan Ashworth. They really need to be starting in January. Getting rid of Rashford, getting rid of Casemiro if they need to, getting rid of big kind of salary players, and really, really cleansing the football club. Like, I mean, like getting, like, you lot went through the rebuild with Jurgen Klopp, like, and I remember one day it was like only Henderson was left. Henderson and maybe one more other player was left from that squad that was initially bought. Chelsea 2 years ago from now is totally different. So you have to go through that rebuild, and it's going to be tough. And if it means, like I said to you, big name players going, they need to go because they've been proved. Like if you look at this 7-0, a lot of the squad is still here from that 7-0. Like when you actually deep it, like it shouldn't really happen. That's a dark day in our history, but yet still players are coming back to that same 7-0, which is nuts. So my situation is they've got to get through this. It's going to maybe take some losses, some cuts, some whatnot, whatever. There's going to be some situation where you may be able to sell that player for how much you got for him, i.e. Anthony. We're not going to get 85 million from him.
You can. Yeah, you can.
So you have to take some losses, and you have to just go through it step by step and really, really don't miss like a step, because if you cheat the system, you go back down a level. So it's just about cleansing the football club, deep washing, like you see when you go to when it's a janaza, you have to clean the body very, very like this is what you got to do. We are basically, we're dead right now. You know what I mean? We have to clean that body, bro. So it's mad, bro. And then you have to form a new United, metaphorically. You know what I'm saying? So,
but there are some players that you bought that are still new, like Lenny Yora and De Ligt and Mazraoui, like players like that. Are you also looking at those players as well to get rid of them, or is it the old guard?
Bro, the old guard, they're not really like Casemiro, they need to go to, but the ones I want to go, Bruno Fernandes is a big one. Marcus Rashford, them two there, yeah, they're the biggest ones for me because they will make this will be an indication of, we're finally getting rid of the big stars. We're finally getting rid of the big hitters, yeah. Arsenal did it with Aubameyang. That was a big, big one. Ozil. A lot of the fans, yeah, if you ask the fans, you want to keep Aubameyang and Ozil? Of course we do. The manager said, nah, bro, you're leaving. You know what I'm saying to you? So even if they're not good professionals, you still tell them you're leaving the door, bro. And that is a big thing for me. And that's where I will know that we're serious. If we're not serious, we keep them players. You know what I mean? And that's where it comes down to. So for us right now, wallahi, it just needs a proper. And if I see that, then I will say, okay, cool. I can understand we're not going as far as we can, but you know what? We're getting rid of the deadwood. Year by year is progression, but at least I know that the club are working to get rid of the deadwood. So it needs to.
And there are no any power plays from any players or anything like Rashford. No more power playing. Bruno Fernandes. Someone who doesn't want to work for the club. I understand what you're saying. Because you do have to get rid of players at some point in time. Because obviously, listen, Ten Hag didn't work. Amorim now is not working, and there's obviously players that aren't performing. So that's why, by definition, it can't just be Amorim. You have to look at some of these players not playing well, And now teams are like, they realized, okay, if I stop Diallo, I stop Man United's attack. And now teams are triple marking Diallo, and it's all over. Listen, Hoyland, we're going to give you space. Xerxes, we're going to give you space. Man. Rashford, hadi, yalla, attack, habibi. But this Diallo guy, mark him properly. So, it's like your only real threat is probably Diallo. You have a couple of good defenders who, like Alessandro Martinez is a prime example. Against Manchester City, he drops in a masterclass. Game after, he's really bad. And then the game after, it's just inconsistent levels. And this is also from a drop of confidence with the players because they're used to, just like you as a fan is used to losing games, they're also as players used to losing game. Like them, if they go to Anfield, I think if you offered some of these players, and I'm not going to talk about managers because obviously Rúben Amorim has a different mentality because for people who don't know, obviously I did my research on him when we were looking at him to replace Klopp, and the guy rebuilt Sporting Lisbon 2 times and won 2 league titles, has always been successful. He even won a trophy at Braga. So the guy is not like a random guy. Like the guy knows what he's doing. And Sporting, for people who don't know, like someone watching us might not know this, Sporting are not the big club in Portugal. It's Porto Benfica. That's the 3rd big club. So that's like someone coming into an Arsenal right now and winning two league titles in 4 years. Like imagine Arteta for the last 4 years won 2 trophies. That's how highly he would be regarded. And he had, of course, individual great moments like beating City 5-1, like other moments where he has shown. He was the manager as well when Sporting Lisbon knocked out Arsenal in the Europa League. So he's even had European moments to back his CV. But now let's end the whole Man United thing on this. 2-sided questions. First, I'm going to ask you, what's the target for this season? How are you going to end off these next 5 months? What's something realistic that you'll ask your club to do? And the second thing I'm going to ask is, and which is a valid question as you yourself stated, because he does need to get results. Where's the cutoff point? Even with this new manager?
I think for me, the target I would say would be, now looking at it, I think try and get into the top half of the table if you can. You know what I mean? And yeah, bro, listen, man, try and get to the top half of the table. Try and win as many points. But it's very difficult to kind of like give you like a position, because right now we're not building points. That's our problem right now. We are not getting points on the table. Like, we've not won back-to-back games all season. Like, you know, the manager's lost more games than he's won games. Like, it's very difficult at the minute. But I would say try and get into the top half of the table. Try and maybe claw up to at least 8th, maybe 8th, 9th. But again, it's going to be difficult. And talk about cut-off point. And also, we win the Europa League. I'm not really sure about the Europa League. But again, you know, when you look at the draw, what things can materialize. If we finish in the top 8, you know, we don't have to qualify for the knockout stages, etc., etc. You then get your luck at your draw. You never know where you could go. Cool. Europa League, try and do something there. But wallahi, the cut-off point is one of them. I'm not going to be naive to think that this manager can't be sacked. Like, every manager in world football, you know what I mean, can be sacked. Maybe the exception of Guardiola, you know what I mean, and what he's built over there. But a lot of managers can be sacked. We've seen,
like you mentioned, Chelsea, they did it with Potter as an example. Hired
Potter,
him mid-season and sacked him before
the thing is with Potter, yeah, he was given a pre-season. Was it? No, actually, he didn't. He came.
No, he was not given a pre-season. Yeah. He came in
actually,
to replace
But the thing is with Potter, though, I felt like he didn't have the respect of the players. He didn't have the respect maybe of the fans. I believe Amorim has that. He has a respect of the fans and he has a respect of the players. Like, he's come in, and I feel like he's spoken better than Potter. Potter came in and the players gave everything. You know what I mean?
And the way he looked and started wearing suits and all of that. Like,
suits and, you know what I mean? Like, bro. His demeanor and his mannerism just didn't feel like a Chelsea manager. And he felt like he was always trying to play a different role. This manager's come in, he's clear, he's concise, he's got that, for me, I'm not gonna use the word aura, but he's got that feeling of, you know what, I belong here. And
please don't do that when you start talking about his coat and Moncler and Gucci and I don't know what.
I'm saying
these United fans were doing too much. Look at his aura and the way he walks.
I don't want to use that word. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to use that word.
Come on,
I feel like for me, it's like, you know,
Arsenal fans were doing the same thing with Calafiori. Let's not do this whole.
Yeah, like, I know. Like, that's why I don't want to use that word aura. I want to feel like he feels like there's a sense of belonging, at least here at the football club, which is fair enough.
Very well spoken. Like he knows. You could tell he knows what
he gets it. That's why I want to.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the players to play his system, though.
That's where you go. He doesn't have the players to play his system, and that's my only criticism now is and will be of the Ineos. You need to buy some players in January to at least get him through the season. Just even if it's a left back, a left 10, something that can say, you know what? Wow, now we're looking a bit serious now here. Just bring someone in, bro. I don't know if it's gonna happen. If it doesn't happen, that's a disaster. And Amorim could well and truly be sacked, because I don't think he can get any tune out of these players. And then if the club panic, which they panic with Dan Ashworth, they said sack. So they can panic with a manager. I'm sorry. If they can panic with Dan Ashworth, they could easily panic with
after chasing him for how long as well, Dan Ashworth?
How long as well? Like paying the release clause and all of that. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro, it's peak, bro. It's peak.
You might not realize this yet, but I think I know your cutoff point. I think your cutoff point after Arsenal, because let's be objective here. As long as you perform at a respectable level against Liverpool and Arsenal, you could lose those games on any given day. You could lose those games. The games after that is where you're like, yo, Southampton, you have to win. Like, that's like, okay, Liverpool at Anfield, Arsenal at Emirates, I understand, but Southampton, come on now. Like, you can't be losing to Southampton. So, like, it's just those type of games that you're expected to win that I think probably annoy the fan base the most. I mean, the recent games that you had against Bournemouth and games like that will probably irritate the fan base more than a game against Liverpool at Anfield, where probably the most positive United fan in the universe is thinking, if we're lucky and we're on our day and Liverpool are crap, we get a draw. Like, if we're being objective here. So, and we'll come to your predictions in a second. But let me make your day even worse,
bro.
Let me make your day even worse. Let's talk about the infamous Redmen. Hey, your enemy, your arch nemesis. You know, it's funny because three of Man United's rivals are literally fighting for the league. It's the funniest
You
thing.
know, the worst
How is
one.
it like I put myself in your shoes and I'm like, so what if Everton, Chelsea, and Man United are fighting for a league title? How do I react? Like, how is that? Like, what do I do? To be honest, I
They're
don't know
never
how I
gonna.
would act.
They're never gonna get a title. You know what I mean?
And I
Especially in the
see you
last
doing
11 years,
Liverpool hate watches and all this. Talk to me about the infamous Redman, top of the
bro.
league, top of
I've
the
not seen a
Champions League.
Liverpool win. You know what I mean? I've not done a Liverpool game where you lot have won a game. Like I've not. It's crazy. You've maybe dropped points, but never lost a game while I've done a watch along, which I think is mental. Was because I've been doing watch alongs. I'd say like consistently for the past 2 years, like 2, 3 years. And like, bro, like I've just not seen it, bro. And when you have lost it, I've not done the watch along because it's clashed with something else, or United have been playing, or I've been coming back to the stadium. But yeah, bro, like you lot, I swear down, bro. Like every game I do, it's just it's just you win. And it's like, bro, it's like one of the things as well, it's like, even if I get excited, say now, Crystal Palace game, I got proper excited because Nketiah scored, but it was offside. And then I thought, yes, let's go. This is the day now. And then boom. You know what I mean? Even if you go 1-0 up, down, I think you've been 1-0 down before. You know what I mean? Boom.
Leicester, we were 1-0 down.
I didn't do that game, Leicester, to be honest with you. But yeah, like I heard about it. Then I was like, shit, let me tune in. Bang. Yeah, 3-1. So it's difficult, man. But yeah, you lot are just, you're cruising, man. And one loss all season. Even that game against Nottingham Forest, I didn't even do that game. That bro, I could have easily been like, you know what? At least I've got one loss. That means now something might break. Nothing. So it's you lot have been serious, man. Onslaught, I didn't expect it to happen. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No one did.
You know, and I think fair play to him. I think a lot of credit, I think the biggest credit, I know Salah scored, Trent. I think the biggest credit has got to be to Onslaught because he could have easily crumbled. He could have easily just said, you know what, let them play and I'll just kind of, look in the sideline and whatnot and be nice to them, you know what I mean, and whatnot. Like he's come in and laid his own rules. He's played his own way. And you got to give credit to that. He hasn't come in like my other manager said, yo, we're not playing the Ajax way. He's played the way of what he played at Feyenoord and that controlled possession, you know what I mean? And obviously with that killer touch. And he's only lost one game in 2024. That's crazy, man. When you
even from Feyenoord days, that's the mad part.
One defeat, that is nuts, man. And fair play, Nottingham Forest are what? Third in the league, fourth in the league. So
second, actually, now I think second. Yeah. I think second at the time of recording. I might be wrong. Maybe Arsenal overtook them.
I think Arsenal came back up because obviously they won against Brentford. Yeah, they're third. They're third.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
That game rattles Slot, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed. Every interview, he just likes to speak about Forest.
I see now. I know.
Hi, what's your name, Arne Slot? Hey, we lost to Nottingham Forest this season. He just keeps bringing it up. That's why the reverse fixtures actually this month, January 14th, we go away to Forest. I know that we're going to win that game because that's Slot's Champions League final. Like he has not stopped talking about that game. Like he has literally not stopped. Like he's so obsessed with that one loss, and he brought it up even in the last interview. In the December interviews, like I want to wish the Liverpool fans a happy new year and blah blah blah, and lost this season against Forest. He just brings it up without anyone asking him, So I know in the reverse fixture we're gonna do our job away at Forest. But I do agree with you. Listen, Arne Slot is the one that deserves the credit, 100%, because you've seen your club when Ferguson left, Moyes came in. We've seen Arsenal when Wenger left, Emery came in. There's plenty of examples across history where the club loses that historic manager, if you would like. And then there's like this fall off period. And this is why fans from your fan base in Chelsea and even the Audacity Spurs fans were telling me that, we're going to finish above Liverpool this season. We're going to do this. We're going to finish third. Blah, 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 blah. Even Gary Neville said it. But, he's coming and he's shocked us all. And I don't even think the most positive Liverpool fan in the whole universe who even knew about Arne Slot would have predicted we'd be top of both Champions League and Premier League. And that's the part that's kind of, scary about this whole conversation. But before I get to a certain player that we have to talk about, I want to ask you, are you mentally ready for Liverpool doing a madness this season and hypothetically winning both Premier League and Champions League 20 and 7? Are you ready mentally for that?
Bro, I'm not ready. I can't lie because we can't sing that song anymore. 20 times by United. That's a very big song for us. And the day is going to be finally daunting. And what hurts me most is that we're going to see people celebrate. Last time it was in lockdown. It was kind of on them, like, it didn't feel like you won the league. That's why everyone calls it the COVID league. But like now, you lot like can really celebrate it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can really feel like you're the champions. The Champions League's not going to hurt me as much because you lot have got a history, a pedigree in that competition. But that
United fans always say that to me. Like this, like Champions League doesn't hurt as much when you win it.
No,
in terms of,
because you lot got what 6, 7. You know what I mean? Like it's one of them where it's like you lot are one of the guys in the especially in the league that are known for the Champions League. We've won 3. We should have won more. Fergie will tell you should have won more. But like you guys have done it, but the Premier League's the one because it's like you've only won 1 in 35. And that.
Why do you guys keep making the number bigger? As soon as you get the 1, you remove the years before that. It's 1 in 30.
Oh my God. They've just triggered the 1-year extension to Harry Maguire's contract. Bloody hell.
Hey, as we're doing the video, you guys, it's crazy.
You see that there, yeah? Like, if you want to have a new change, have a new start, you get rid of everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Harry Maguire extension.
I get this
Harry
video
Maguire hasn't been that bad. And in an Amorm system, he could work.
I still think, though, you still need to move on certain players and get rid of, like, certain players. But, nah, honestly, it's one of them. For me, but like I said to you, going back to your club,
You're going to watch a Saeed stream later on this. I promise you. It's going to happen. He's going to get the United crew together. Get rid of Harry Maguire. Why is Harry Maguire?
I swear down, bro. But like honestly, bro, when you deep it, when you look at the situation with your like the Premier League, it's the fact that, like I said, it is 1 minute 30. Because last time we won it was 1990, right?
Yeah, 1 minute 30. Yeah, it took us 30 years.
1 league. So that right there is a reason why we can say, yo, cool. It's only 1, and it's only, like I said, we're ahead of you lot in terms of the titles. But now we're the same. It's like we can't really belittle you guys. We can't really, like, there's not much we could do because we're now 12 years without a title going to end of the season, 12 years. So, and then obviously you guys are going to be winning 2 in what, 5? 2 in 5 years?
Yeah, 2 in 5. Yeah,
2 in 5 years, which is not bad ratio, to be honest with you. Now it seems a little bit better. You know what I mean? Before, the ratio, like for me, like I said, it's one of them where it's difficult, but when you look at the way you played as well, you can't really complain. Like we've not really stopped you. Other clubs have not been able to stop you. And it is a bad indictment on us, but it's a reality that we have to face. Seeing you guys winning maybe then alert something in people's head to be like, yo, this is not acceptable, man. That, Liverpool are now going to be winning titles after titles.
Your only hope is probably Arsenal now, to be fair, this season.
Sorry?
Your only hope this season for Liverpool to not win.
But that's why I don't really like. I'm not really even like. People have a lot of people saying, "Oh, why are you celebrating other goals?" I'm like, I'm just here for the vibes now because I haven't seen a serious Arsenal. 2 years I've been saying, Arsenal, come on, Arsenal, come on. But come on, bro. Like, I just like, do they really want it? Some of them are saying it's over. Some of them, even their own fan base, sometimes I don't think they believe. So why should I believe for them? Yeah. You see what I mean? And then Chelsea, they went to Chill Guy, and then Chill Guy. He finished, really.
It's funny because they say Chill Guy. The last 3 games, they drop points. All the Chelsea fans have been everything but chill. Like, all of them have been so mad.
Exactly.
Which shows me that they believe that deep down inside. They believe that. Yeah. They believe a little bit.
Yeah, deep down. But the problem is, though, it's like, I just don't think right now they have it yet. And I'm hearing that Fofana's out for a long time as well now. So they've got major issues, man, in their team. But right now, as it stands, we are in trouble. We are in trouble, and we need to sort it out. You guys are clear, man, and fair play. Like, what? There's not much more I can say. Like, you guys are doing
listen, one of the reasons why we're clear. I'll help you. Don't worry.
Yeah. Allow this, innit?
There is this guy in it. There is this guy. Yeah. He always scores against.
When did he take that selfie? I never seen him take that selfie. When did he take that?
This is this season at Old Trafford. You see the new hairline.
Wow,
this season. By the way,
Yeah.
official Liverpool Twitter posted this. It wasn't even him. Like,
Oh gosh.
Salah, you knew this conversation was coming, and I'm gonna end it on Salah because I don't want to keep it for too long. This Salah conversation.
Yeah.
What do you think of Salah this season? Probably yesterday, Goal reported that he's the favorite for Ballon d'Or as things stand.
Yeah.
37 GA in December. What do you think of Mo this season?
For me, listen, I think he's been absolutely outstanding. I think he's been, machine. That's the way I kind of look at Mo Salah. Machine, goal machine. You know what I mean? Just absolutely no mercy. You know, especially with Man United. He loves playing against Man United. And one thing about him is that, you know, we could all talk about aesthetics and all of that. And we could talk about, you know, is he a player that you want to watch and see? You know what I mean? But then if you're a Liverpool fan, do you care when he's scoring you goals? He's breaking records. He's a constant threat in a game. He's been playing consistently well for the past, how many 7 seasons he's been at your club? Like, he's a Liverpool legend, you know what I mean? And he's a Premier League legend in that regards as well, because the numbers speak for itself, man. Like, it is an absolute, you know, is an absolute beast, bro. And you have to respect that, bro. When obviously we have these comparisons, they're just for your own benefit. Like, when I say I prefer Hazard, it's because I prefer the player Hazard. When I look at Salah, it does a goal record, he cleans up Hazard. But what I love to watch as a player is always going to be Hazard for me. That's a preference. It's not me belittling Hazard or me looking at Hazard thinking, yo, you're rubbish. I just prefer to watch Eden Hazard. But do I then disrespect Salah? Do I then have these crazy conversations every time?
But can you say that you prefer to watch someone, but the other guy is better? Do you see that, like, the concept?
No,
because you can say that you prefer to watch Hazard. No, but I'll tell you an example. You can prefer to watch. There's many players we prefer to watch, like in terms of like natural ability, natural talent. But that doesn't mean that player X is better than player Y just because player X is better to watch. I agree with you that Hazard,
for me,
Hazard is better, 100%. But
for me, the most talented, Hazard. For me, the better player, Hazard. You know what I mean? Okay, goal scorer, obviously, them
consistency, level.
Yeah, Salah's there. But overall, who's a better player? And we watch football because we think X, Y, and Z is a better player. I think Hazard's a better player. But then, like I said to you, we then don't disrespect Salah and say, yo, listen, he's a dud. Because I feel like for me, when we talk about Hazard, we then have to bring up X, Y, and Z. And it's so like, I feel like there's a discourse around Salah. Like, I don't know if you see my midday live show, but we then have to talk about Thierry Henry. We then have to talk about this player. Like, let's just talk about Salah and how
I don't think Salah is better than Henry. I just think they're in the same room, Premier League legends room. You enter it and you have the great players there. I think he's in that caliber, but I don't think he's better than Henry. No, I still have Henry number one. Like, I think Henry is the Premier League GOAT for me. But my problem with the Henry thing, and this is not just a Salah thing, is when people act like it's not a convo, it's over, don't talk. But Habibi, there's players to bring, like, what makes Henry so much better than Rooney, as an example? Like, overall, like consistency, you talk about ability. Like, that's why I always like to open for dialogue. Yes, it is Henry. I agree with you. Shake your hand. He's the best I've seen personally.
He's won 2 Premier League titles. Wayne Rooney's won how many? And been a part of it as well. Wayne Rooney's not been like, you know, like some players like Darren Fletcher or whatever, like they've been part of it, but maybe not has an impact. Wayne Rooney's been actively involved in every Premier League title we've won. But yeah, for some reason, Wayne Rooney can't track to Thierry Henry. Why? You know what I mean? But again, it comes down to the whole aspect.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think Henry is the GOAT, but others can talk as well. It's not like
they can talk, of course. Yeah. Alan Shearer, Andy Cole. Andy Cole's got like crazy amount of goals in the Premier League. You know what I mean? He's a goal scorer, but maybe not the better player than Thierry Henry. So again, it comes down to player. But my thing is, for me, it's like, yo.
Let's put it this way. In a Premier League all-time 11, does he get into your 11?
Mohamed Salah?
Yeah.
No, because I have Ronaldo on the right.
But that's a cop-out answer because you could have Ronaldo on the left. You know this.
Ronaldo on the left? I'd have
Ronaldo on the left, Salah on the right, Henry up top.
I'd probably have Hazard on the left.
That's why you're a fraud. That's why you're a fraud. This Sunday, you will regret saying this. This Sunday.
Listen, I I regret.
Salah is going to show you levels this Sunday.
No, it's Salah. I know what Salah's gonna do. Salah loves United.
I know how this
Salah
conversation ends. I know how this conversation ends. If Salah wins Ballon d'Or this season, that's when a lot of people will change their mind and go like, because I
But
actually
then again, will
have
they though?
seen...
Because they'll say the Ballon d'Or is finished and it's rigged and it's
No. For me personally, I think
It will.
Rodri deserves it. I think Rodri deserves
no.
it.
But I know. But the thing is, though, the Ballon d'Or has lost its kind of like feeling. You know what I mean? And I think for me, people still disrespect Salah saying the Ballon d'Or's finished and it's not a competition anymore.
Yeah,
It's
there are
not a
certain
award.
things like maybe him not being in the top 30. I hear you, like as a
Yeah.
concept. But if for me, I don't look at any winner of the Ballon d'Or over the last 10, 15 years and think they didn't deserve it. Like I think even when Messi beat Van Dijk, okay, Van Dijk deserved it, but Messi deserved it too. It's not like you're getting robbed by a random guy, you know?
Yeah.
Vinicius made a whole song and dance about it. Hey, I'm a Liverpool fan. I hate Man City, but Rodri deserved it. But anyway, I don't want to keep it too long. Two short questions. Prediction this Sunday, and there's no need for us to do the combined 11 because it'll just be me taking
No combined 11. I
I'll
don't want
ask
to do
you a
combined
very
11
simple
anymore.
question.
Anymore in my life, I'm not doing combined 11.
Yes, don't worry about it. I know it's literally the whole Liverpool team. Do you think any Man United player, gets into the Liverpool team? And give me your prediction.
No United player gets into your team. None. You know what I mean? None. At a minute, yeah, none. And then 3-0 Liverpool.
Wow, that's it. Like it's just you're fully giving up for the Sunday. Fully giving up.
I have to deal with the reality, bro. The reality is we're rubbish right now.
Oh my days, man's giving up. But like you fully given up. Man just said no one gets into the combined 11 and we're gonna lose 3-0. I love that.
Yeah. So that's it.
I love that. Listen, I'm approaching this because last season I was saying all sorts of stuff and then the game ended 0-0. So I'm not gonna do this again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, listen, I'm gonna be humble this time. I respect that this is the biggest fixture in English football. Man United went away to Man City and they won over there. So you never know what happens in the big game. So I'm gonna go for a respectful 2-0 Liverpool win. Nothing crazy, no 4, no 5, no 6. You get me, because I don't want to get clipped like last season. But anyway, on that note, thank you so much, Saeed, for joining us. This has been absolutely enjoyable. Guys, Saeed's title is in Saeed's channel is in the title. You get me? Make sure, guys, go give him a subscription if you're living under a rock and don't know who Saeed is. So go subscribe to his channel. Go show him some love as well. Daily content, live videos, pre-recorded videos where he's talking about Salah being unstoppable. You get me? Go check those out as well. And yeah, thank you. Anything you want to say, Saeed, before we lock it off?
No. Listen, thanks for having me on. And yeah, man, pray for United on Sunday.
Yeah, let's see you guys, man. See you guys.